Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for coming to our AMS Band Showcase. Tonight you're going to be seeing excerpts of what we've been working on in class. To begin with, we'll see the beginning band, and then we're going to be followed by the AMS Band. Should be pretty short and sweet. I always like to say about the time it takes to order pizza, our concerts are done, because we want you to get home and spend time with your family. Part of this is a great skill demonstration for us, and we need a lot of our Oklahoma PAC skills by being able to do this. Performance etiquette, and also being members of audience etiquette, those are included in there as well. And these showcases are a little bit more of an intimate setting, not on the formal stage, so that you really can see what we're doing in class. Some of the music they've had for a week, some of it they've had for several weeks working on it, and we're working on just various skills. If you were at the beginning band showcase a couple of months ago, you're going to be really amazed with what you're seeing today. The growth is such a rapid happening, it's shocking what happens in just a couple of months. And right now they're working on blend and balance and playing separate parts, and those are really hard skills to master, but they're doing a great job of it. We have 1 or 2 kiddos sick tonight, but you're looking at the entirety of our beginning band, which is a little bit smaller than what we typically see. Music has been required for 6th graders, either as band or choir, for many, many years, and this is the first year that band or choir has not been a part of our requirement for 6th graders. And so we're seeing about half the size of what I see for beginning band. So I really want to thank you parents for allowing your students to be part of the band program and continuing instrumental success here at Alva Schools. I'm so proud of this group. They are small, but they are mighty, and they're going to do great things. And so if you have a cell phone, if you don't mind turning it off at this time, or if you would like to take pictures, which you're more than welcome to do, you can leave it on, just turn it to silent for me, please. And if you don't mind, would you welcome our beginning band? right, thank you so much for listening to our beginning band. I don't know if you caught a lot of what they're doing, those parts. It's kind of mind-blowing. Just as soon as they get used to playing in unison, all of a sudden we teach them, oh, let's do something harder. And it's kind of mind-blowing at first, but it's a really neat experience when you start listening, oh, I'm playing something different than the person next to me. It really opens your ears and your minds to a whole new world of music that you never knew existed. And so I'm really proud of our beginning band. If you'll give them another round of applause, I think they deserve it. Up next, this is our AMS Band. So these are 7th and 8th graders who are in the intermediate advanced band. It's when they do perform together. So I'm marching in the parade this fall for homecoming, and I'm really proud of this group. I've had a few middle school bands that are really strong, and it's kind of funny, 2 years ago, my sophomores now, they were part of a really strong middle school band, and I've been able to recycle some of the music that we did that I just love so deeply down to this group, and they've enjoyed it as well. And so we've got 4 or 5 selections for you today. The first piece that we're going to do, we'd like to recognize our military men and women, our service women who have served. If you hear the title of the selection for your military branch, if you want to stand at that point in time, and if you will give them a big round of applause and thank them for their service. And then also, our second piece that we're going to do, the Bellwood Beginning Band Kit, is supposed to be, to be performed without any clapping in between. All the pieces flow together, and so if you'll hold your applause till the very last one of those, we'll all do this together, and they're kind of exciting, so it's hard not to clap in between, but if you'll just wait till the end. And then our final piece will be Wade in the Water, which we got 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, but we all loved it so much, we're like, sure, let's throw that in the concert too. So we hope you enjoy our middle school band. Before we play our last selection, I do want to thank you for allowing your kids to be a part of our band program. You have some really terrific kids, and you need to hear about how awesome your kids are. There are very few kids, I'm just so overwhelmed by how responsible some of them can be, and by how generous some of them can be, or how willing to help they are. You know, like if they see me doing something, Mrs. Brock, do you need help with that? And I'm like, you bet you I do. And they're like, okay, I'm right there. So some of them pitched in during recess to help me take care of stuff. Ethan came in, I needed some help with beginning band stuff. He's like, okay, I'll do that. And I was like, okay, great. And so you need to be very proud of the kids that you're raising, because I appreciate what you're doing for our future generations, and I love having them in my classroom because they make for such an enjoyable teaching environment as well. So let's give our parents a round of applause for being so awesome.